I remember looking at the money in my hand and realizing that I only had $400 left. Not 4,000, not a savings account to fall back on, but only $400. And I had to figure out what come next. I counted that money over and over and over again. I don't know if I thought that the money was going to grow. I don't know what I was thinking. I know I was lost. And I couldn't believe that I only had $400 left out of all of those hours that I worked. I was shocked, y'all. I couldn't believe it. If you've ever had a moment where you looked at your bank account, you looked at your relationship, you looked at your career, or you just looked at life and you thought, how in the world did I get here? This conversation is for you. Because today I'm not going to just tell you about my $400, but I'm going to share with you what I did next. So stay tuned. Y'all, this was not the life that I thought I would have. I thought that when I got married, I was going to be married. I thought that I was finally going to enjoy marriage and I was going to build this life with my life partner and that we were going to grow together and build. And please, don't take this the wrong way. I love marriage. That's the reason why I got married, right? I didn't think that I would get a divorce, but I did. You know, I also learned that there are some moments in life that will humble you. You can have all the degrees. You can have all the experience. You can be the person that everybody call on, that they can ask you for help all the time. You can be so strong, so accomplished, and still find yourself somewhere thinking, what am I going to do now? That's where I was. My life changed completely when I went through my divorce. Financial consequences. I had to pay I had to pay for things. I had to pay for the divorce. I had to pay for an attorney. How many know that those things are not cheap? They're not. They're not. They're not cheap at all. There was a lot of things that I did gain, but there was a whole lot of things that I lost. And that's the part that threw me. Because I worked so hard to have things. I was trying to raise my 3 children, and I was trying to be the provider, an awesome parent. But yet I sit with only $400 left. And I thought, how did I get here? And what am I going to do next? You know what? When you don't have a whole lot, what you do have become extremely important. I had to stop focusing on what I had in the past. I had to focus on what I have right now in my hands. And what I actually had in my hands with the $400. That season changed the way I thought about money. I stopped looking at small amount of money like they were insignificant, right? $20 matter. $50 matter. $100 mattered. And guess what? My $400 mattered. Because to be honest with you, even though I felt that I was in a bad place, but then I also had to remember that it could be, or it was somebody else that was going through that was in a worse predicament. So I had to realize that my $400, even though it was small, but it was not insignificant, right? When I'm telling you, this is where rebuilding came into place. It's not just about spending money, and it's just definitely not about the amount of money that I had left, but it was more about me making the decisions about how I was going to move forward. And basically, this is where Rebuild and Rising came from. I'll tell you, my first move wasn't some brilliant investment. I didn't discover a secret financial formula. I had to get clear in my head that I only had $400. So let me stop stressing. Let me stop panicking. Y'all see I lost my hair, right? I lost my hair because I was stressed out. Y'all, I didn't even realize I was losing my hair because I was so focused on what I was going to do with that $400, or how was I going to take care of my children? How was I going to provide? How was I going to buy food? How was I going to provide transportation? How was I going to pay the rent? How? And all of the stress taking out all of my hair, taking all of my hair. Why? Because I was panicking. I was stressing because all I had was the $400, y'all. That was tough for me, but I had to get clear. I had to get clear on what I was going to do, what absolutely had to be paid, what could wait, right? That's when I had to end up really getting back to my budgeting skills, because now I really needed to write my plan out. I only have $400. What am I going to do with the $400? What could I temporarily do without? Some things had to go away. I couldn't live the life that I was living because everything had changed. I had to think about what resources I had. I had to think about the skills that I had. What could I control today? Because panic said everything is falling apart. Everything is falling apart. My hair is falling out, right? Like, oh my gosh. But then a plan asks what needs my attention first. So what I needed to do next was calm down, get myself together, stop panicking, stop stressing, and come up with a real plan, y'all. Y'all, this is real life out here, y'all. And I'm sharing with y'all something that I had to walk through. I had to walk through this. That's the reason why this channel is rebuilding. I had to rebuild my entire life, rebuild my finances, rebuild my mindset. But what helped me was when I actually had to write things down. When I wrote things down, then I stopped trying to figure out what I was going to do in the next 5 years. I needed to figure out what I was going to do right now. You know what I had to learn through this season? I had to stop shaming myself. That was very big for me. I had to stop shaming myself. And you know what? And I want to encourage you, stop shaming yourself. Stop shaming yourself. One thing I had to learn was that beating myself up wasn't going to increase the $400. Beating myself up was not going to make me have more than what I had. What I had was what I had. Shame wasn't paying the bills. Shame and embarrassment wasn't going to create a skill for me. It was not going to do any of that. Comparing myself to somebody else's life, it wasn't going to help me either. So just know, just because the Joneses got it going on over there, please stop. Don't shame yourself, because everybody get in a season where it feels like it's a low season, okay? And everybody gets in a season where you may ask yourself, what can I do from here? Where do I go from here? What is my next move? Where do I go, right? Where do I go? How did I let this happen? A lot of the times we feel so much shame and we start blaming ourselves. So I'm encouraging you all today. Don't shame yourself. Don't blame yourself. You may have $40. You may have $50. You may have $100. Whatever that amount is, look at it. Change your mindset. Look at it as a new starting place where you can actually start off fresh today. And you know, I just had time to reflect, y'all. I just had time to reflect. I had to learn in this season. I had to move differently. I had to move differently when I was in that season. And you know what? I made a lot of mistakes. I ignored the warning signs, the red warning signs. I trusted somebody that I thought had my heart, but then later found out that they didn't. It's almost like I stayed too long and I lost so much in the end. And sometimes you may be feeling that shame. You may be blaming yourself. But you know what? I'm encouraging you today to don't do that. Use what you already have, y'all. You know what? I had to remember that sometimes, now I'm telling you, when you feeling bad and you start filling yourself up with shame and blame and all of those things, a lot of the times we forget that we already have some skills, right? We forget that we went to school. We forgot that we have experience, right? But I'm telling you, get your mindset right. Get your mindset right. I also had to do the same thing. I had to get my mindset right. I had to look at myself. I had to remember the skills that I already have. I had to remember that my knowledge is a resource. My skills is a resource. My relationships are resources. Like, right? I had to remember who I was. And sometimes we forget that. So I'm encouraging you here again. Don't forget who's in your corner. Don't forget. Sometimes we feel like there's nobody in our corner. But I mean, at that point, that's the way you feel until you get your mindset right. And then you realize that you do have people in your corner that are rooting for you, right? So yes, I had $400, but guess what? I wasn't only starting with $400. I was starting with me, because I am a resource. I am a resource. I do have skills. And I'm telling you, I had to get my money right. I had to get my mind right. I had to get my faith right. Y'all, I had to get my faith right. Oh my gosh. When I'm telling you, faith during the rebuild is so important. There's a lot of things that money can't fix, but it's some things that money can't fix. And when I tell you, you have to hold on to your faith. If you don't have faith, you better go get you some. Because God knows that I felt lost. I felt like God left me. But then I realized that he was there with me all the time. So just know that you are not alone. You are not alone in this low season. You are not alone at all, even though you may feel like you are. Now, maybe your number isn't 400. That's my number, right? Now, maybe you have $40. Maybe you got $4,000. Maybe financially you okay. But emotionally, you feel like you have nothing left. Because when I tell you, I was pouring from an empty cup. I was giving and giving and giving on myself. And I didn't have anything or nobody to refill me. That's why my faith became very important for me. Maybe you're rebuilding after a divorce. Maybe you are rebuilding after you lost your job in your career. Maybe your children are grown and now you're asking, who are you now? Right? Because when you become an empty nester, it's almost like you got to find out who you are. Because I had to learn that as well. Maybe you're starting over at 45, 55, 65 or beyond. Whatever your $400 moment is, hear me. This does not have to be the end of your story. You don't have to know every step. You just need to know what step you're going to take next. Y'all, I'm telling you, the lesson that I learned during that season was that the $400, it was a time of uncertainty. I thought, I know I lost it all. And I only had the $400. And I felt lost. And I had a lot of responsibilities that I had to do with that $400. But guess what? Guess what, y'all? I'm here today to tell the story. I'm here today to encourage you to hold on. I am here today to tell you, y'all, it brings tears to my eyes, to tell you that I am here to tell the story of how God brought me through, y'all. God brought me through. And guess what? It's not too late for you. I don't know why we think that when we turn 50 that it's too late. Or when we go through a divorce, or when we lose ourselves, or when we lose our career, or when we lose whatever, right? That it's over for us. It's not. Guess what? It is just the beginning. So I am encouraging you all today to stay focused. Subscribe to this channel and let's rebuild together. Because I'm telling y'all, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. And you all, you know what? I created a free Love Yourself journal. I have used this journal myself as I've been going through my healing journey and my rebuilding season. This Love Yourself journal helped me out so much. And it's free. I'm going to put the link in my bio. And I want you to click that link and get your free Love Yourself journal. Share this message out, because I know it's some women that have either been through or feel what I have been through. And so I want us to come together and know that we are unstoppable and that we are going to make it through. All right. See y'all on the next one. Bye.